Do you have doubts about me being the right person, or do you have doubts about really being this lifestyle you want to live? I still wonder if you're really over jealousy, but I want to know how you feel seeing my closeness with Garrett these days.
It's a big step to move forward, and it is a big decision to make to join our family with children.
A problem for me, I'm in love with Garrett. I need to know if this is really what you want, because it also has a big impact on my life. I'm going to have to make a big change to live with you.
You'd understand that I think that we're all going to be making sacrifices, and I think we'll have struggles and we'll have to work through things.
Feel safe being in a polygamous relationship, knowing that you'd still feel afraid. Tell me that you are afraid and that you feel a little afraid because of everything that happened with Roberta.
Yeah, I did say that.
Me, that you're 100% know she's my wife and to be my wife.
Trust somebody with all your heart, and then they trample it. It's just, I've never had that feeling before. Like, it was so hard for me to divorce Garrett.
All right, but let's just stop it there real quick before we continue. So, it is quite cool to see that Nathalia was able to recognize that Dannielle isn't exactly, you know, happy. And that is good because, you know, Nathalia needs to know what she's walking into. She needs to know what couple that she's about to marry herself into, because it won't be nice for her to marry into a couple that's going to have a lot of, you know, toxic energy or some sort of, you know, some sort of animosity, you know, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure everything is comfortable for yourself. You know, this is somebody who's going to be leaving her country to come in, to obviously move over to the States, to be with two random people that she's only really spoke to on the phone for however long and only just met for the first time. So, of course, if she's picking up vibes that aren't right, I like it, and I respect the fact that she was able to, you know, bring it up and say, hey, let's have this conversation. But the problem is, though, is that she's never really going to get an honest answer from Dannielle. Reason I say this is because Dannielle has always got a reason to not be happy with the woman that's involved, you know, and I hate the fact that she keeps, you know, bringing up Roberta, because really and truly, her relationship with Roberta wasn't like that. It was like that sometimes, but it wasn't like that all the time. I mean, in the last season, all she ever did was complain about it. You know what I mean? Okay, so to be honest with you, she's always going to have an issue because she doesn't want to be in the situation. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't want to be in a situation where she's sharing her man. That's just the grand scheme of it. But also on top of that, let's talk about this whole divorce thing. Yes, of course, we know that she divorced, you know, obviously Jarek, so therefore he could marry Robert and all that kind of stuff. Yes, we know about how all of that went down. But at the same time, though, if you ask me, I reckon the reason why she's crying so much is not because she divorced him for the purpose of Roberta. She's crying because she divorced him, you know, and she really didn't want to, you know. And also, let's not forget, though, when she did divorce him, it even got to a point where she was generally going to divorce him because she just didn't want to be with him anymore. So we know when it comes to divorce, there's a bigger picture behind it than just Roberta, you know. But Dannielle likes to just project this whole madness as if, you know, this and that. But we continue.
But I did it because I trusted that she loved me and that, like, she cared about me.
But I think it's normal for her to have to go through a time period with a new relationship. Is never from God. And so you'll lose out on your blessing if you live in fear.
You told me that God spoke to you, but I don't think God would like to see Donnie unhappy.
I just want to say, boss. Yo, girl was spitting. The way she was like, yeah, but I don't think God would want to see her unhappy, though. I was like, damn, girl just, woo. I was like, okay, this is what we're doing now. That line is hot. Whew. That is going to be the line of the season. I don't see another line being that great this season, you know. But I don't think God would want to see that you're unhappy. Come on now, that's a madness. Sorry, I really love that line, to be fair. But there's a lot of facts behind that, you know, because, you know, if Nathalia doesn't question these things, how's she going to know that she's going to be married into the right club? And the other thing is also that it shows that she's not just here just for the money and just for the lifestyle or whatever, or just for the move to the States. She wants to make sure everything is going to be good, everything's going to be secure. She wants to make sure that this man isn't some nutter, even though he technically is. So it is good that she's really bringing these things up, you know what I mean? But the way Jarek is trying to, you know, move around it is just pathetic. You know, trying to now downplay Dannielle's feelings, because Dannielle has come over. Well, Dannielle and Nathalia have had a conversation, and Dannielle's opened up. Right now, this is pretty much a bonding time for both of these women, right? Which is fantastic. And he's coming in now, and the first thing he's trying to do is literally just diminish Dannielle's feelings, literally trying to downplay them. So I like the fact that she was like, no, we're not going to downplay Dannielle's feelings, because at the end of the day, God is going to want her to be happy as well. Okay, so let's not make it all about you. So I like the fact that she did that, to be fair, because if anything, Dannielle should appreciate that. Dannielle should be like, damn, like, you actually care about how I feel too. You know what I'm saying? But Dannielle may not see that because she's too busy in her feelings. Not because it's a bad thing, it depends. But anyway, like the video, subscribe, and let's continue.
No, I'm not doing this just because of Garrick. I know 100% God did this in our life. Like, there's never a perfect time to start another relationship, but I do feel we have to walk forward in faith. I feel like God brought you into our life.
And just give you some special tools, but you're still available in the app.
Quando ele me pediu em namoro, ele disse que iria sair de todas as plataformas de relacionamento.
You can interact with people.
But they can still like you.
Yeah, that's why I said I should delete the app.
I asked you to do that months ago and you wouldn't do it. You're searching for other wives.
Well,
and now you just like, oh, no problem, I'll delete it.
I mean, listen, that's never a good look though, is it now? Knowing that you're now going to delete an app, even though your actual woman told you this whole time to do it, but you said no. Not a good look at all. This man is a scumbag.
And he disagreed with me, but as soon as Nathalia says it, it's like, no problem. A huge lack of respect. It does not feel good at all.
But I don't go on there.
You didn't look at new people?
No.
That's a lie.
It makes me question where him and I are at. Like,
I mean, listen, end of the day, you know, I don't think it's really a question about where you two are at because, you know, your relationship has been on the, it's been on the edge for ages now, you know? It's literally been on the tipping point for a long time. It's been on that edge. So, you know, but like I made a video literally the other day, you know, regarding the fact that, you know, Dannielle being potentially given a child, giving birth, but also on top of that, about these two no longer being together. And to be fair, right now, this episode itself in particular is already showing us signs of the fact that Dannielle may actually walk away from him. But also at the same time, there's also signs that Nathalia might also walk away from him as well. You know what I mean? I really do hope by the end of the season, Jarek is in a position where he's all by himself. Because he doesn't deserve to have any one of these women. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, though, I would say on the flip side that maybe he does deserve Dannielle because she is delusional enough to keep staying with him. Do you know what I mean? The moment that as long as she continues to be delusional, she deserves to be there. But the moment that she starts to be honest with herself and she really walks away, she deserves to walk away. Do you see what I'm saying? And hopefully that is the case, that she does walk away, and also at the same time, so does Nathalia, because this man, he can't be trusted, you know. That's just the grand scheme of it. One, he was obviously trying to downplay Dannielle's emotions, everything that she expressed to Nathalia. And then also on top of that, he's now also being disrespectful by deleting app purely because the new one has told him to do it rather than shouldn't have done it in the first place. And anything that Dannielle says, he always tries to downplay, always tries to make her look like as if she's the one that's just... And then also on top of that, to be honest with you, like, it's not a healthy thing. And to be fair, here's the thing, right? Even though he may be acting kinder right now to the new woman, right, Nathalia, it doesn't mean he's not going to turn like that to her at some point in the future, you know, because from what I understand, they're going to want another wife as well. And to be fair, the fact that they're struggling to get one sister wife, what are the chances of even getting any more? You know, because I believe he said he wanted like five wives. That's never going to happen because the way he manages himself is pathetic. What he needs to do is watch Nick. You know what I mean? Nick, that guy has got his game on lockdown. You know, Dannielle's playing up a little bit right now, but he's got his stuff on lockdown. He needs to learn from Nick. You know what I'm saying? But maybe it's just a Dannielle's on the show. Maybe they just have issues, and they just shouldn't be in these type of relationships. To be honest with you, but nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts and your opinions, and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.